So every now and then, as we've been covering, some immense Trump cuck will bring themselves to the point where they can mildly criticize him, right? We've seen it with Joe Rogan, where he's like, I'm not sure that, getting rid of due process, that seems pretty bad, bro. He did that. Sloppy Steve Bannon was out there saying, hey, I don't think you should cut Medicaid and not cut defense spending. I don't know about that, bro. Laura Loomer the other day had a criticism too. But as I tell you guys all the time, it really comes to naught, because it's not like when they actually break with Trump on something, they break with him. And they're like, this is fucking wrong. This is a defining thing. I'm now going to crusade against this. I'm now going to call out the bullshit. No, pretty much immediately, they go right back to, but he's right about almost everything else, bro. This is a great example of this right here. So now we have Ben Shapiro turning on Trump. So let's listen to the issue he turned on him over, and then I'll tell you what's at the core of this. All right, here we go.
The Trump administration is now preparing to accept a super luxury Boeing 747-8 jumbo jet from the royal family of Qatar. It is a $400 million gift available for use by President Trump as new Air Force One until shortly before he leaves office, at which time, according to the deal, the plane doesn't stay with the United States government. It then moves to the Trump Presidential Library Foundation, taking sacks of goodies from people who support Hamas, the Muslim Brotherhood, Al Jazeera, all the rest. That's not America first. Please define America first in a way that says you should take sacks of cash from the Qatari royals who are behind Al Jazeera. It just isn't America first in any conceivable way. So back to the original question. Is this good for President Trump? Is it good for his agenda? Is it good for draining the swamp and getting things done? The answer is no, it isn't. It isn't. If you want President Trump to succeed, this kind of skeezy stuff needs to stop.
All right, he's not done. I got a little more for you. Here we go.
Yes, I think inherently it is bad. I do not think this is good. I think if we switch the names to Hunter Biden and Joe Biden, we'd all be freaking out on the right. Let's say if Qatar was giving Joe a $400 million jet for his use at his presidential library after his presidency, or if Hunter launched a crypto firm with the son of Antony Blinken and then launched a series of crypto products in which mysterious strangers, including foreigners, were investing, all while that crypto firm was being regulated by Joe's administration, we'd all have been pretty upset on the right. We might have said that it was worthy of some coverage.
Why? Why is this the thing? Why is he bringing it up? He actually gives it away in the first clip. They're Muslim. They're Muslim. I know that's no, can it really be? Yes, that's it. Let me ask you a question. If it was Israel that gifted Trump a $400 million jet, do you think he'd be saying the same thing? No, in fact, we know he wouldn't say the same thing. Why? Miriam Adelson gave Trump $100 million when he was running for president this time. Ben didn't say anything about that. He has no bone to pick. Did he say anything about the over $100 million that Sheldon Adelson gave Trump his first run? No. Does he ever say anything against AIPAC or the Israel lobby more broadly? No. It's only because it's Qatar, and you heard he slipped in there. They support Hamas. You can't accept a $400 million jet from them. Literally the core of it, and this was the same thing with Laura Loomer, is she was pissed about this too, but the core of it is they're Muslims. And also, if this was Israel, it'd be fine, but it's Qatar, and it's not, because it's Qatar. And, look, he brings up the crypto coin there, which, I don't know, I didn't hear him bring it up at the time when it happened. Now it comes up, but at the time when it happened, I didn't hear shit. It happened 2 days before the inauguration. I'm not sure he said anything. And by the way, I don't think he said anything with the tens of millions or hundreds of millions that Trump took from Saudi Arabia for Live Golf. Now, Saudi Arabia, they're Muslim too. What's the difference? Saudi Arabia and Israel have better relations. Saudi Arabia and Israel, they're always on the brink of normalizing relations. They're, low-key, under the table. Saudi Arabia is kind of cool with Israel. Everything else is kayfabe. Qatar is in a little bit of a different position, a little bit more adversarial to Israel, although not fully adversarial, but a little more adversarial to Israel. But he never mentioned anything about the Live Golf money, $100 million, potentially. He never mentioned anything about Trump not divesting from his businesses when he pretended to in the first term, and this time around not even pretending to divest from his businesses. He never said anything about the $160 million Trump made from foreign countries in his first term alone. Didn't hear dick about the NFTs. Didn't hear dick about the crypto exchange or the trading cards or the watches. Again, all this stuff was a matter of record. It's been out there for a really long time. $100,000 watches that when they launched them, it said on the screen, This is not the watch. This is for illustration purposes only. The watches didn't even exist. And he was selling $100,000 watches a pop. Well, guess what? What's going to happen? Foreign countries and billionaires around the world are just going to funnel him money to try to get favors in return. He's got a $500 million project right now in the works with Oman. He's got you all know his university was a fraud. He stiffed his workers for his casinos and his hotels. He did tax fraud, insurance fraud, and business fraud. None of this ever came up. None of this ever made Ben Shapiro go, you know what? I don't support this. I'm off the Trump train. I'm off the Trump train. None of it came up. But now, wow, he found one area. Sir, I don't like this. I don't like this. So look, here's why I say don't read too much into this. Why? Because here's the reality. I tweeted this yesterday. It's a law of nature that any MAGA blowhard who offers a mild critique of Trump goes right back to sucking him off aggressively the next day. They have no principles, spines made of jello, and they know their audience won't tolerate continued criticism. So that's what I said yesterday. Ready for this? Here's Ben Shapiro's channel. Let's see. The video where he criticized Trump taking the $400 million jet from Qatar. That's from a day ago right here. Ready? Oh, would you look at that? The same day, he released a video. Here's how Trump outsmarted China on trade. Left freaks as Trump accepts white refugees. Why Trump's refugee policy is driving the media crazy. So even on a day where he admits, hey, yeah, taking a $400 million jet from a foreign country, kind of corrupt, kind of bad. The same day, he's like, oh, Trump's a genius and outsmarted China on trade, bro. So it's never a bridge too far. It never truly crosses a red line. It never leads to Ben Shapiro saying, I'm off the Trump train. This shit is crazy. I'm going to criticize him now. I'm in that mode. It never does. It always goes right back to, sure, I offered him a type of criticism here, but he's great in other ways, bro. Let's talk about that. I told you, Rand Paul did this, criticizing Trump on tariffs, but never mentioned Trump's name, only talked about tariffs. Then in the same answer, he goes to give Trump credit for something else that had nothing to do with the tariffs. This is the best you get from these idiots. Same with Sloppy Steve, same with Laura Loomer. Politics is about movement. Politics is about directionally where are you going. And the fact of the matter is, whatever tepid criticisms they offer, they're all still on the fucking Trump train, right? And so I can't stand these people. I can't stand these people. And it really goes back to, if it was Israel giving Trump a $400 million jet, he'd be fine with it. No problem with it whatsoever. Because it's Qatar, it's a problem because they're Muslims and you hear, Muslim Brotherhood and Hamas and they have links and it's a joke. It's a fucking joke. And so it's always interesting the things they chirp up about for a split second before going right back to bending the knee and genuflecting at the altar of Trump. Weak sauce, man. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.